Action!
It is coming this summer. We are your host, Ryan Superbad Sharp. Over there, we got J. Bean Martin. How you doing today, bro?
What's going on, man?
We have seen the Sonic 2 movie, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, over the weekend, and we're here to give our thoughts. So, what did you think?
Yeah, the only reviews that matter.
Right? Yeah. CTS gives it. What did you think of the movie? What did you think of it?
I thought it was good, man. I thought they managed. It's probably overall the best video.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm torn. It's a completely different movie than the first movie.
There's a lot of the same.
It's the same
beats,
but it's a completely.
Yep. It's the same shell, but
they expect you to kind of. This one, they
is.
expect you to know a little bit about the Sonic lore. I feel like.
Oh my god.
They
dude.
leaned into that. If you don't know it, doesn't matter necessarily, but you'd appreciate the movie more if you've played the original trilogy of games and definitely some of the new stuff, because there's Easter Egg City in there. But as an action movie, as a fun family action movie, it was amazing. I mean, it's a 2-hour movie, but it's paced so well that you don't feel like it's 2 hours.
The third act is like 45 minutes. It's not like the last 20.
No, but it's on point.
It's
like a 2-part third act, which is really good. It's
Yep.
And I know this is the team that did the first couple Deadpool movies.
Okay.
Minus the actual director, because I think Jeff Fowler was either the stunt coordinator or a writer or whatever. But I know this is like his.
Ben Schwartz would voice a good animated Deadpool.
Yeah, that's the tone that these movies give me. A PG-13. I'm a hero. I'm very self-aware. I'm putting it in your face. You know, like there's a lot of making fun of Batman and Batman parody in the beginning that they left off in the last movie, like on the blue blur and. The whole opening action sequence where he's trying to be
I like that scene. Yeah.
It's funny.
We got it in the trailer, but we didn't get it to...
The extent, like the full...
We didn't get it to It's Tricky from fucking like Run DMC. You know what I mean? Like playing during the action sequence.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm 20, almost 23, and I'm so into this.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I know you like the snow scenes, but to me that was it was literally right out of TMNT. Okay. Like including the explosions and the lasers and it was almost like they just redid the CGI with Sonic and Tails. I mean, it was cool, but
I loved it.
That's all I could think about. The beginning scene was awesome. I really liked the beginning action scene. Like I was talking about where he's like the blue blur. And it looks like the robbery's they're gonna crash into the thing, and he takes the tools and he takes the entire truck apart as it's gonna crash.
Yep.
That was awesome.
Yep.
They didn't do a lot of the slow-mo CGI like they did in the last movie, where they leaned on it a lot, like the X-Men scenes.
I think they did that because of Quicksilver. And
I mean, they had a couple of it,
but
but it was way more nuanced this time, and I thought that was way better.
Yeah.
The special effects, though, I'm going to say this. I don't know if it was my theater, because of watching the trailers and on the computer screen and doing a lot of that stuff, it looks really tight and crisp. And seeing it
I thought
on
they all
screen,
looked good.
There was some problems with the CGI, and I'm not normally that guy that nitpicks that stuff. You know that.
Did you catch the scene? We're jumping around a little bit, but we'll get back on track. The snowboarding scene when he throws the compass, and Jim Carrey is like superimposed onto the screen, and he like catches it. Jim Carrey in the snow scenes is the worst looking effect. Like
I think
ever.
See, that's what I was saying.
It looks like it's a green screen.
I thought a lot
about
it.
Do that.
No, see, I was going to say I thought a lot about that, and I think you have 4 or 5 different layers going on in that scene, and as people, and that's not like we're not just two people that just want to comment on movies, because we do work on this stuff, you know, off camera.
I can make that Jim Carrey.
And I know you do
CG
CG stuff, but I'm telling you right now, I think it's because you have the Sonic layer, right?
You have the background.
Also
you have the avalanche. You have
there's so many different.
You have a ship. You have Tails. You know. You have the compass flying, and you have to line all that shit up. I get it.
Plus a real human.
Plus a real person. Yeah.
Who's also probably half of his costume is CG. You know what I mean? Like, so you gotta.
Yeah.
It's such a I know the exact part you're talking about.
It looks so bad where he's like, ha!
It's so fast. And I think some of that was supposed to be perspective and the way it was shot. Like the way Jim Carrey's kind of the focus with the compass. So you got to, on top of all those layers, you also have to work on how the lighting and focus is on every layer.
He looked like an image. You know,
I think that's going to be one of those cases that when it comes out on Blu-ray, it's going to look better. Kind of like how Spider-Man, they changed a lot of Spider-Man.
Okay.
If you watch the home release.
Huh.
They continue to work on it's almost like games as a service now, like movies. It's like, it's pretty good, right? Wait till it gets out on Blu-ray, because we're going to keep working it for another 6 months while it's in theaters.
at the beginning of the movie when Jim Carrey introduces Knuckles, he like does such a weird like thing. He's like, Knuckles, that's meat Knuckles. You know what I'm talking about? It's like Jim Carrey in this movie is not the same as he was in the first one.
It's
I
weird.
think he's a lot better in the first movie.
I picked up kind of what you're talking about.
You see what I'm saying?
But here's what I feel like happened. The
now,
movie is shot.
Okay.
You know how movies aren't shot in the order, obviously, that they take place.
Right.
And there are parts in the movie where he is so on point
Yep.
that it's like, okay. And then there's parts where it's kind of like...
The end of the movie is the best Jim Carrey in the entire movie.
Well, I think that there was some took a second for him to get back into character.
It did.
And he's kind of, for lack of a better word, robotic about it in the beginning. Like, very much like he delivered... You could tell that they had 70 takes and let him do his thing. But they're still like, he almost went like, and your hair makes you look like a woman, Ryan. I don't like your shirt. Look at your shoe. You know, and they're like, okay, we'll take the middle one. You know what I mean? It almost like he just fired off what he thought was funny 20 takes in a row. And that's why it's like clunk to clunk to clunk to clunk.
Right. It feels like he's now
it's funny.
been the character. Like,
it's funny, but
it was organic in the first one.
It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't feel as organic until the middle to the end. And I agree with you.
When he's talking to Knuckles and he's like, this is my turf. This is how I roll. Like, I'm like, what do you? He's like, if you don't know how to floss, I'm like, man.
And my 9-year-old. I'll put him over for a second. Who's going to do some Broadway stuff? So I got.
That's the demographic too.
Okay,
this is for.
I was in there with my 15,
age.
my 9,
right.
and my 9-year-old.
There,
okay,
yeah, that's perfect.
So my 9-year-old leans to me and says, I didn't see it in the first movie. Plus, he was a couple years younger. But he goes, he's very much like the Grinch in this movie.
Yes. He shouts a lot.
And I think that's what the difference is, is he tries, at least initially, he's way more...
He howls at one
point? That's the part where he leaned in over to me, and he's like, he's very much over the top Grinch in this movie.
Yep.
And I think that's the difference. And you're talking about he was different. The first movie is about before he's completely lost his marbles. Yeah, he's always a little crazy, right?
That's the thing.
This one, he's full on.
The
beginning, I actually thought he was funny as hell with the mushroom
cold open
coffee. Was hysterical.
We get the logo, the Eggman like fucking logo on the rock, and him doing like the quill to his mouth like every time.
Like it's a drug.
He's been doing that for like a year, so he's like fucking.
That's what I'm saying. So I think
on
he was trying to give us a tweaked. I've been off planet for what did he say, 247 days or whatever it is.
It was like a year almost.
Just basically a year talking to himself. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I think that's why, and I think the last time we saw him go from as normal as his persona could be,
cocky,
to confident, crazy, not crazy, and then we left him, and then when he comes back, he's completely off his, because and you're saying, oh well, in the end, he's the best Jim Carrey. Well, he's off his rocker with the emerald.
Oh, he's
so
completely,
he's
he's completely lost it.
So it seems cooler, but he's that character the entire movie, but he doesn't feel that way until they crank the voice effects, by the way, giving him that like
the auto tune almost.
The auto tune with when he starts DJing in there, he's like, I am going to, and almost reminds me like Grandma's Boy
3.0.
Yeah, it was really funny. So I think it was just like he got into that weird character early on, and it didn't feel right until he was like
came out of his
like
shell.
He was absorbed the emerald, and
it could have been. Now the whole movie is like trying to act like Knuckles' his friend, so it could have been like I can buy that's like a thing, but then once he gets the emerald, it's like all bets are off,
right?
Nothing. He's like, he knows he has like his ultimate power now, so he doesn't have to. He can just be himself again,
Yeah, it's funny because I feel like they didn't know what to do with Stone. Like his
he's
guy,
like pretty much the same character as he is.
He
in
is.
The first one.
My main complaint, and we'll get to the scores and stuff in the movie.
I like that he owns a coffee shop.
That was really funny, and it's called Mean Bean.
Yeah,
there's a bunch of Sonic stuff in there that.
Yeah. There's like an Eggman's Mean Bean machine. Or
right?
Whatever.
Yeah, the Mean Bean machine.
Yeah.
Yep. That's what I'm saying. Tom's ringtone, which I want. I'm gonna download because it's the best at
the wedding stuff is like.
By the way,
so fucking funny.
The reviews where they say, "Oh, the human B plot is garbage and boring," it's actually not, and I think
it's used to set up Gunn, which is like
it's used perfectly.
Fuck you, and it's funny. it makes the sister-in-law
actually a character that matters.
Oh my god, dude, the
you
scene
care
where she's
now.
Bridezilla, where she's running to like Barracuda and blowing shit up.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
like, this is the
when she does the classic. Wrecks the car, but jumps out, and it's flipping, and everything's exploding behind it. But it's a golf cart, and it's the wedding arch.
Fucking, it's like such a kids
great.
movie cliche,
right?
But it just works, man. It just works. Having
that's what I mean. Like
they,
you're right. It hits a lot of beats that everyone's familiar with, but they do it at such a precision that you don't care. You know what I mean? You're like they know how to do it. Yeah. It's not just to the well for the sake of to the well.
I want to talk about Tails and how Tails is straight up from the fucking games.
That's actually the voice actor too.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It helped so much because every time the voice actor was like, only Sonic the Hedgehog can like do that. I'm like,
so from the game.
I'm like, bro,
I had some issues though. Story wise. There was some creepy factor with Tails.
Right,
okay,
you're right. I didn't think it was going to be like everybody was from a different planet. I thought there was going to be like that's Sonic World, and that all those planets are in a different dimension. But no, it's like
when Tails breaks it down and goes, like, that night that you ran around and played baseball, and he's like, I was watching you ever since. And then Sonic goes, gross. So you see me take showers, and then Tails literally almost breaks the fourth wall and goes,
oh,
everybody knows Sonic takes bubble baths. And I was like, that's a little creepy. I get it. It's a joke. But I mean, whoa.
Can we talk about the bubble rave that he has when the fucking the parents are gone montage where he's like eating all the junk food and he's like,
oh, and they did the montage with him in the like the Roman suit, like the man. It was great.
Good. It was fun. It was very fun.
Like I think I would give the first movie. I know we were supposed to do a double review, but I'm pretty sure I'm at I think I gave the first one like a 7-1. I was thoroughly entertained.
Yeah.
I thought it was just better than Detective Pikachu.
The first one, yes.
It had more rewatchability, which put it over. Pikachu was a good movie.
But it ends.
But you're like, okay, I kind of saw the twist coming. I think everybody in the world. And it's not, the rewatch value is not.
No, knowing the whole time. Like you kind of already knew.
Right, but Sonic's fun. Watching the slow-mo bar fight is fun every time. The chemistry between Ben Schwartz and Marsden is great. Like...
Yes.
It's so good.
Yes.
It's so good.
Yep. I like in the second one he's like their kid now.
Basically.
He's like he literally calls him dad at the end. I'm like,
well, they needed to. Like that was the whole point, I think.
Are you gonna what about Tails and Knuckles? Are you gonna
I said the same thing.
adopt them?
I'm glad he's got friends now. I'm like, wait a minute, are you just kicking them out on the street? I'm glad you got friends.
Yeah, he's like, you got your wingmen. Remember that thing I said? I knew they were gonna come. I knew they were gonna come.
Foreshadowing.
Knuckles like turning out to be this like bumbling fucking idiot.
Is awesome.
In the games, he's like serious. He's like the Batman. He's the Batman where he's like.
Yeah, but in the games they also don't allude that he's super smart either. There's no like.
He's at least intelligent though.
But see, I think he's intelligent to his planet. Like he's never been. He's been literally
to, like his cause. Yeah. Okay.
Been like.
You're right. Yeah.
He picks up on things pretty quick.
Right.
I just know it's funny because that's what it is. He's like naive. Like
there you go.
Like Sonic when Sonic first came to Earth, he's basically like, I don't know any of this. What is this?
Right.
But no, Idris Elba killed it, man.
Yeah.
He was hysterical.
It was weird, but it was very funny. When he's crushing everybody's hands and he's like, yeah.
I now respect or now I trust you.
Yeah, that means he likes you. Yeah. No, it was good. When he crushes like the hologram, or he's like reading the text messages.
Oh, I know. Jim Carrey's like, I'm gonna give you this. I'm gonna give you some of these.
Holy shit!
And then he's like,
Jim Carrey. Talk about him being like the Grinch, bro. When Tails first shows up and hits Knuckles with a cop car, and Jim Carrey's climbing on the windshield, and he's like licking the fucking
that was one
windshield.
of the funniest. That's what I'm saying. Like he was already fully nuts, but it didn't feel right yet. But that part, that was a great part of the movie.
He's like gnawing at the
he's
fucking
like, is he
car.
licking the window?
He's gone rabid. Yeah.
He's like, yeah.
The part right after that, the car chase was dope. Where he's like, also, hold on, where Tails like flies, he runs the car off, and he's like doing the butt copter thing, and like Knuckles is using his climbing things. I'm like, oh, we're getting it, bro. We're getting all the things. I don't like how Tails is like, well, you're the fastest thing in the galaxy, so I like you a lot, even though I can run as fast or fly as
Yeah,
fast
Knuckles
as you.
seems to be about as
And
fast as
they're
Sonic.
all running at the same speed. It's
But
like
I
a Sonic
think-
Heroes like homage.
But
like,
I think
at the
it's
end there.
it's
Yeah.
they're all super fast, but Sonic's still like
faster. He does fight Knuckles, and he seems to be like
faster.
Where he does the.
And they did the whole Knuckles thing where Knuckles can hang on the walls, and I was like,
Yes,
all
dude.
right,
That's what
all
I'm saying.
right.
He uses his knuckles to
Mhm.
like climb, you know. And I like that it wasn't like Jim Carrey's like, I'll call you Knuckles. You know, he's like, no, that's my name.
Right.
Tails is like, I'm Tails. Get over it. You know.
Yeah, just accept these things.
Right. It wasn't
'cause-
like Sonic's like, I'm gonna call you Tails. You know, because
Let's talk about the end real quick.
them being best buds, bro, was my favorite fucking thing.
Yeah, I mean, I like
their
how
chemistry,
we got
yeah.
an. I mean, it's a weak one, but we got a best friend origin story
Yes.
with Tails and Sonic.
Yes.
You know, it's not great.
No,
and they
but
did
it's
kind of like
amazing.
shoehorn it
It is shoehorned, but it kind of makes sense. You know.
because it was like. He's like, all right, Tails, let's go. He's like, what do you mean? I only came 5 billion miles to warn you, and I'm scooting.
I'm not a field
Like,
guy. You're a
what?
field guy, bro.
No, it's
Yeah.
you're no what? That makes no.
Yeah.
Even my son was laughing at that. You know, it's like, what do you mean? You literally
Yeah.
were like, I've traveled across the whole
Yeah,
universe.
you're going, bro.
but
you're
now I'm
fucking,
leaving.
Yeah.
No,
The
you're-
dance scene at like the bar, like
That
obviously.
was great. When you told me, because you saw it before me
Yeah.
initially, and you were like, oh yeah, it's kind of the same beats. There's a bar
definitely
fight.
a bar scene.
But
yeah.
I was not expecting a dance fight when you said there was a bar fight. You know what I mean? I was like, okay, you know, and it was.
Yeah. It was fun.
It was fun.
Yeah.
The
I
whole
like how.
movie's-
Yeah. Sonic or Tails is like his little brother, you
It's-
know, where
yep.
he's like, I'm scared, and Sonic is like, nah, bro, we fucking.
Oh, we got this.
Also, he can just use his super speed and go get the map, you know. But
yeah,
it's
the
like,
running on water, like Frozen
Oh my
scene.
God,
we were
dude.
like, you know, it's like
Gotta
Elsa,
go fast, bro. Gotta
and
fucking
he's
go
like,
fast.
no, I'm gonna run through the water. Like,
Oh my god,
yeah,
dude.
that was good. It
I
was
said
good.
that when we watched the trailer that like I'm like, man, because they put a different line there, and I'm like, man, he's got to say like,
Oh yeah,
I'm-
that's when they
gotta
split
go
the
faster,
smushed the
I'm
trailer together and did
Yeah,
all that. Yeah.
yeah. I like that the trailer scenes were like misdirection, you know, for the movie. I'm like, oh, I noticed like because we watched it, like,
Yeah,
I'm
the
like,
for
oh, that wasn't there. Good.
a guy
you
who
know, that
punches
wasn't-
or named Knuckles, that was actually at a different point in the movie when he says
that was a good scene.
line.
The VO works there, you know, it didn't in the trailer, but
Right.
like, yeah, that effect where he's like punching a lot, like it looked okay, but man, yeah. Let's talk about the end when Jim Carrey gets the emerald and forms the fucking
right
death
out of
egg.
the video game.
Death egg, bro. Yeah.
Dude, I
Oh
was
my
so
God.
like when they do the inside shot
They
after it's
do like
formed
the
with the
bridge
light.
scene, bro. When he shows up like on the side
Yeah.
or whatever, I'm like, oh my god, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's really weird. The special effects were at some points breathtaking, and at other points you're like, did they just run out of time?
He looked good. The robot looked
The robot looked
good.
amazing.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
the robot probably looked better than anything in the movie.
They do the Avengers like when they're all like
Yep.
assembled.
They did the entire.
They
Yep.
did like it's an Age of Ultron scene, like right off. We didn't talk about the. There's now like the Hornet bots now.
Yep.
Yeah,
They added the
fuck yeah,
bots. It was
fuck
cool,
yeah,
man.
dude. Yeah.
There was really, I mean, like, it was about as good as it could be with what you're basing a movie on.
When Jim Carrey is running, when he's like, "Come and get me," he's like, "I'm on the cutting edge of coming and getting," and he's coming, getting. I'm like, man, Jim Carrey is off the wall. That's why I liked him at the end. He was great.
I think on rewatches you'll appreciate it more.
He's got like the lightning, and he's like, "Move over," and he's like, "Watch the lightning," you know, and he's like just fucking generating like all this shit off of him, and everybody's getting electrocuted.
One of my main complaints about that stuff though is I think he should have started turning Stone into one of those bumbling robot
Oh yeah, yes,
sidekicks.
yes.
Like, when are we getting that? And I
Right.
think they started to set it up because I think the dumb cop is going to end up being
Okay.
in a twist there,
Okay.
because there was
Huh.
some serious Easter eggs there to that
Wow.
stuff. And did you notice how? I mean, there was already interaction in the first movie with all of them and Jim Carrey, you know, and now he happens to be the one to find the coffee shop and do, you know what I mean? So I have I don't know. Maybe he gets brainwashed, or that's a plot point for the
I would
third
take
movie.
Stone and Wade as like the
I
robots.
think Stone and Wade are going to be.
I would take that, dude. The fucking his two robots. He
Wade
should've
is
gotten them.
hysterical.
Yeah.
If you've never watched the show Happy Endings, watch that show. It's only 3 seasons. It got canceled early on ABC.
He's not as good in the first one, but they really like.
They cranked it. That's his acting. He's hysterical. He's great. He's like a real.
Yeah.
He's like a tolerable Zach Galifianakis.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I
Okay.
mean?
Yeah.
Like, you're not instantly like, okay, you
he's
better-
grounded.
Yeah,
He's-
you better
yeah.
kill it every scene, otherwise
Yep.
you're grind on my
Yeah.
nerves.
He's like, this is the Wade cave. Something I'd hope to say to a woman that isn't my mom. Like,
yeah,
bro, oh my
that's what I'm
god,
saying. I think
you suck.
I don't
but-
think you could make a video game movie based on this kind of property any better than this was made. That's what I'll say.
This is the
Does
best
that make
Sonic
sense?
movie you can make.
Yeah, I don't
I
think.
think. Yep.
I'm not saying that 3
Yep.
won't be good. I'm saying like they hit every beat that you can hit. They did it all. Like the end, you get Supersonic. You guys do. If you're looking for spoilers, you get Supersonic.
Yeah, you get when he's fighting the Death Egg, they all come together, and Sonic or Tails and Knuckles like form this B plot.
And you got your chili dog scene that you wanted more than anything in the first movie.
dude. Fuck
When
yes,
Knuckles is like,
bro.
I'm sorry, human man.
He's not
You've-
the same.
You've lost him now.
And then
He's not the
lightning
same."
calls down from the sky, and he fucking
I-
summons a chili dog.
For
I'm
2
like,
seconds, they give you this. Is Sonic going to be unhinged for a second? Because he creates this like black energy tornado, and lightning and thunder, and Knuckles is like puts his hand on Tom like he's going to save Tom, and then it's just a gigantic chili dog.
Yeah, I
And he's
didn't
like,
like.
you guys got to try it.
We didn't get like a Knuckles glide. You know, he just like straight up falls off the plane when he's like, "Here's the plan," and Knuckles just like fucking dives. Like, I love Knuckles in this movie, man.
No, it was great.
He looked great.
He looked great.
He looked awesome.
He might have looked better than Sonic and Tails did as far as
Tails and Sonic, their like nose gap thing just
Was
felt
weird.
like you could hold.
it was weird.
You could grab it. It was too solid, I think.
There was
yeah.
it was weird.
Yeah, their eyes were. I don't know, man. It's better than what they all would have looked like had they gone with the first model of Sonic.
Oh god, yeah. It's weird though because when Sonic is in scenes with some humans, he looks better than he does like when he's with the dog.
Okay,
It was weird.
I can.
There was some
I can buy that.
like Sonic and Tails in the bar when they go in and they got like their clothes on.
yeah.
It's really strange because like the clothes are real or they look real, but then you've got like the CGI character under the clothes and like
Yeah.
these. It's weird. It's weird. It's
Yeah.
weird.
I thought I didn't think the effects looked too bad.
No, it was
especially-
a good looking movie. I mean, like I said, they're aliens. It's like, what are you gonna?
right.
What are you gonna?
Yeah. It's better
gotta
than a Sonic movie that
suspend some disbelief.
would have come out like 10 years
Oh,
ago.
God, yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
You know, they
Yeah.
couldn't have done it. And this is better than. I think these are the best video game movies.
Oh, for sure.
that we'll
1 and
ever
2.
get.
Yep.
We get all the Sonic. The only problem is they just use regular music, and there's no like Sonic music. Imagine.
Oh, that's not true. You got to listen.
No, I know there's themes, but like I'm talking like give me some Crush 40 fucking Sonic Adventure City Escape when
I think
he's-
we're gonna get that kind of stuff in the
someone
third
go
one.
overdub the robbery scene with Escape from the City, and then
Well,
it'll be a
the
10 times better
underwater
scene.
scene where he's saving them.
Yes,
And they're
where he, like,
playing
does
low
the
key. They're
drowning.
playing like womp womp womp.
Yeah,
womp.
dude.
And then he grabs the bubble. And I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, grab the bubble.
I like, yeah, the screen's going dark and he's
Yep.
like doing the
Bum, bum.
drowning thing. Yeah, dude.
Bum, bum,
Oh
bum,
my
bum,
god,
bum,
I
bum,
loved
bum.
all the. I was hoping we would get more Sonic Worlds. You know,
I think that's we're gonna get. They started to feel like they're setting that up with Tails going like, "Oh, I'm from this part over
I'm from this
here."
planet. I'm from this planet.
Yeah, and Knuckles is like, "Yeah." So I think we're gonna get that. I just don't know how they're gonna do Shadow now since they decided to make
Yeah,
Jim
the
Carrey
end
completely
credit scene,
completely
they set
dumb.
They set up Gun. Jim Carrey is dead because
But
once
he's
he
not
becomes
because
Supersonic, he's totally
the line
not.
is-
yeah.
No one could have survived that fall. And then they immediately show Stone, who was also inside the robot when it fell and exploded, and he has a little baby scratch on his face.
He's fine, yeah, and he's disguised himself
Already, he's already apparently killed or knocked out one of the gun agents and taken their uniform, and now is sneaking away. And when they say there's no way Robotnik could have survived, they show Stone's face and he smiles. So
Yeah.
I mean, like, okay, so
Sure, bro.
I wonder,
Yeah, he had. Here's the third one. He survived somehow.
and he'll be fat.
Somehow Robotnik has returned, and it's gonna be Oscar Isaac, and he's gonna be.
I
on a
think
spaceship.
he'll be fat. I think Jim Carrey will
I
come
hope
back and
so.
do the third one. I think he will.
I hope. Yeah, I really
mean,
hope so.
he seems like he has fun in the movie.
Do we want that though? We just got like Jim Carrey and Knuckles? Do we want Jim Carrey and Shadow for like
I just don't know who's gonna give us who is gonna be the perpetrator behind Shadow.
Gun? Since they set up all that, you know, they still want to take down Son. Well, I guess they don't because they're like he helped us or whatever. You know what I mean? It's not going to be like in the games where they're, you know, after him. But I think that's Sonic Adventure, right? They send Shadow after him or
Is that
whatever.
what- yeah,
and
we
he's
might
like,
get Sonic 3 might be Sonic Adventure.
Oh, dude.
Because Sonic 1 and 2 are basically Sonic 1 through 3.
Sonic 3 Adventure.
'Cause Sonic Knuckles was Sonic and-
Adventure. Yeah.
Well, because Sonic 3 was Sonic and Knuckles. So we basically got Sonic 1 was like the first
we got
game.
Super Saiyan, we got Knuckles,
And 2
we
was-
got Eggman,
2 was
and the
2
Death
and
Egg.
3, yep.
Yeah, huh. Wow.
So the original trilogy.
And they did say the future is not going to follow the chronology
of the games.
games.
Well, 4 didn't come out till a couple years ago, like 4 to the original 3.
Oh, okay, yeah. I don't think they're gonna.
And I can't remember the plot on that.
I think they're going Sonic Adventure, bro.
I think that's the next.
We need some music. Give me some Crush 40.
Oh, by the way,
Escape.
the scenes where they completely did a homage to Sonic Adventure, where they were like running through like the maze or whatever, and it was a complete Sonic stage, and then like Sonic, like turns into a ball, and he's going through all. Oh my god,
the obstacles and the traps
amazing.
And shit.
It was,
dude. Yeah, the cave, the Sonic Emerald like temple, or whatever, looked dope, bro. I didn't like that it was just like on Earth though. I said the other Sonic worlds and we have this map now that isn't the same map from the first one, and now it's playing a message because we're in Wade's garage.
Oh no, it looked like the same. It had like all the planets crossed out.
No, it's definitely different.
The Earth thing made sense though, because that's would be why she had it on the map to begin with, and why that's where she wanted him to go.
Also, it sounds like Sonic earlier is like talking to Tails, and he knows what the Master Emerald is, and then he looks at the map and he's like, "Oh, I didn't know what that was for until until now." Like,
well, because he says he doesn't believe it.
It was just a myth, but Knuckles does because it's like his tribe or whatever.
It's his life.
Yeah, I liked that. I like that he's the last Echidna, and like all the other ones are dead, which I don't think is like real because like there's that like
did Longclaw kill all of them?
Well, there's other owls.
Scene?
Yeah, there's like the owl tribes, but apparently like when Longclaw died, like that was the same day like all the Echidna died. So I think they just killed each other off, and there's no more owls and there's no more Echidna except for
it's
like
just Sonic and Knuckles now.
Right, it's just Sonic and Knuckles and Tails, I guess, But Tails isn't like I'm the last of my kind,
I'm the only I'm the only of my kind. He made fun of me.
Sonic's I think the only of his kind, right? He's like the only hedgehog. Maybe that's why he's special.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
Tails calling him Sonic the Hedgehog the whole movie was my favorite.
That's
thing.
my Sonic the Hedgehog.
Only Sonic the Hedgehog can fuck up that bad or whatever he says. Like, fuck
I think 7.5. It was a strong movie.
So I'll give it 7.2.
Ooh, all right.
Yeah, very strong.
Jim
Carrey, I really hope comes back for
another one. Yeah,
the end
for sure.
Yeah, the Super Saiyan, Supersonic.
Supersonic was amazing.
It looked dope.
Looked amazing.
Dope.
It was Dragon Ball Z all day. I mean,
you see it coming a mile away.
You do, but you didn't care.
No, but I'm ready. I'm like,
you literally hear they like pay homage to Dragon Ball because you can hear like the and he like comes
it's like
through
you're on a roller coaster, right?
Hair, yeah, here it comes. Click, click, click.
You see
click,
the drop
click,
like a little
click,
bit away, and you're like, oh my
click.
god, it's happening!
It's clicking.
Yeah, the emerald gets like knocked out of. Also, I like the emerald gets knocked out, but he's like switch to auxiliary power, and the robot just doesn't like break apart.
Right.
I felt like when the emerald breaks, his shit should have.
Well, that's because he's super smart, though.
He put in a failsafe.
Yeah. He's better than any Marvel villain you've ever seen.
Yeah. Yeah, but Supersonic, I like how they're just like the emeralds go away, like straight up fucking Dragon Ball. Like they're like you used them.
But then somehow Knuckles is like, I fixed it.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Like,
didn't all the Master Emeralds just fuck off into oblivion? You just have glass now, bro.
Yeah, cool. You fixed the glass.
Are there 7 other emeralds now? Are there 2 sets of fucking Chaos Emeralds? Like
it's like the Infinity Stones.
Now that the emeralds are out there, we'll probably get Chaos. Well,
that's gonna be the crossover with the MCU now. Like these emeralds are actually just Infinity
Stones.
And then in this universe,
Thanos the Hedgehog.
Imagine Thanos from that like a scene from What If where he walks in and then he's putting the gauntlet on and Sonic like spins in and Knuckles runs in. Not so fast, like what?
Yeah, it's the Iron Man snap, but it's got to go fast.
Gotta go fast.
Chili dogs.
He just turns half the population into chili dog once he gets the gauntlet. I'm Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
Snap. All right.
Nice. Fuck yeah, man. Great movie. I would highly recommend you go see it.
Tell us what you think.
Too.
It's good. Go see it. It's great. Seriously.
It's really good.
It's aiming right around 70 million opening weekend. So,
damn, bro. Fuck you, Morbius.
Bye. That might not even make 10 million. It's just for the second.
I told you this movie would just straight up wash it out. Yeah.
Oh, and the trailer for Fantastic Beasts, by the way, not to get sidetracked, actually looks amazing. Man.
Gross. Really?
It does. The reviews are. It's like it's super high on Rotten Tomatoes. It's supposed to be like the best one.
The second one was trash.
I'll say this though: the funny part of the trailer of that, which we should almost do I don't think they have. I haven't seen that because I think it's a theater exclusive only.
Oh.
It's a 2-minute trailer, and a minute 10 or a minute 40 of it is for 20 years, and then they show like clips from every Harry Potter movie, and they're like,
"Oh, I went to the bathroom when that
like,
when that trailer
come
came
back
on
for
screen.
that. Remember
Yeah.
that? That was everybody loved that.
Just put Daniel Radcliffe in it, and you'll sell tickets. Anyway.
All right, like, subscribe, tell us what you think.
Yes, sir. I loved it.
Yeah, it
this
was good.
movie. It was delightful. Yeah. Until
next time.
tomorrow, yeah, or next time.
Just say next time because it could be in 20 minutes.
Oh, that's true. You're right.
They could be watching another video right now.
Until the next episode you click, which you should, and like and watch all the
right
content.
now. Subscribe. Do it. You're welcome.